it's a little late. I normally don't go on this late, at least not on the weekdays, but I did today. I hope everyone's doing fabulously. Let's just get this going here. Ah! Oh, okay. There we go. Alright. Oops. There we go. Anna, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing? All right, honey bunny. No problem. I'd love to read for you. There we go. All right, hi everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Starry Eyed Tarot. Sorry about that. It's always hard getting started with the iPad situation, but that will be changed. That will be different soon. Just need to find the right computer. But welcome, welcome, welcome to Starry Eyed Tarot. My name is Sophie. I am your friendly tarot reader for today, tonight, this morning, wherever you are. And today I am using the Fortune Queens Volume 2 deck by Juanio Cristiani. He's an amazing artist. He's done 2 RuPaul's Drag Race themed decks, and he recently did a Mean Girls themed deck, which I really, really want. Don't know if anyone out there is also a fan of Mean Girls, but great movie. I got the job like you said. Yay! Yay! Congratulations, Anna. Yeah, I know they wanted you for something. I'm assuming, yeah, they knew you had a lot of potential and they put you there. It was actually like the tarot said, yeah. No, I do this I do this for a reason, you know, like I got a tarot reading myself from a tarot reader I really like online. And I got it like last night and she was right. She was right. Yeah, no, it's tarot is definitely I mean, energies are constantly in flux, so sometimes, you know, sometimes things will change, but for the most part, I want to know if you see communications between me and Hannah, the Leo, and 2. And thank you so much, Anna, for your donation, sweetheart. Let me go ahead and add you here. Okay. So, in the next 2 weeks, so you guys haven't spoken in 2 weeks? Hi, Debbie. Oh my God, Debbie, I've been wondering where you've been. I haven't seen you in so long. How are you doing, sweetheart? No, you haven't spoken. Okay. Angels, messages, and spirit guides. Will Hannah and Anna communicate in the next 2 weeks? Angels, messages, and spirit guides. Will Hannah and Anna communicate within the next 2 weeks? Angels, messages, and spirit guides. Will Hannah and Anna communicate within the next 2 weeks? Angels, messages, and spirit guides. Will Hannah and Anna communicate within the next 2 weeks? Angels, messages, and spirit guides. Will Hannah and Anna communicate within the next 2 weeks? Angels, messages, and spirit guides. Will Hannah and Anna communicate in the next 2 weeks? Thanks, Masters and Spirit Guides. Will Hannah and Anna communicate in the next 2 weeks? Thanks, Masters and Spirit Guides. Will Hannah and Anna communicate in the next 2 weeks? Thanks, Masters and Spirit Guides. Will Hannah and Anna communicate within the next 2 weeks? Thanks, Masters and Spirit Guides. Will Hannah and Anna communicate in the next 2 weeks? These are huge cards. I'm always saying that whenever I use them. Some stuff over here. Okay. Debbie, doing okay, just dealing with orthopedic issues. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Debbie. That's a bummer. Let's see, Anna. We have Knight of Swords reversed. 7 of Pentacles. 8 of Pentacles reversed. King of Cups. And 10 of Swords. This is a confusing one. This is one where I'm starting to think Hi Rebecca, welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh my goodness, thank you so much, Debbie, for your donation, love. It's like what I was saying, I didn't finish my sentence earlier, Anna, but you said that I predicted you getting your job. And yeah, and I said, you know, tarot is real. There are certain times where I've gotten tarot readings that, you know, didn't completely come true. And my belief is it's not, maybe it was a bad reader or whatever, but I usually don't think that's the case, especially being a reader myself and observing the cards and observing certain readers and knowing their skills. There really are some situations that are not written in the stars. This could go either way. This could really go either way. She definitely has affection for you. She still has affection for you. She still likes you. I wish I could just say this was a yes or no, but it's not. I hate to say it, but it's more likely no. I'm sorry. I'll talk about why. We've got this Knight of Swords reverse. Knight of Swords upright is the Gemini court card. The Knight of Swords is very communicative. The Knight of Swords, the swords are the realm of the mind. Swords are the realm of communication, and we have it reversed. And she's also far away. Have that in the Knight. You know, she's a knight, or not. She's a knight, but she's far away. There's distance there. There's frustrations with the Seven of Pentacles. It's frustrating for both of you to observe that it's so difficult to maintain and foster a connection that's long distance. When you can't physically be with one another at any time, it's very, very difficult. And she wants to, and that's also part of the Seven of Pentacles, is she wants to grow with you. Ideally, it's because it's frustrating. She wouldn't be frustrated if she didn't want to grow with you, but she understands at the same time that it would be a lot of work with this Eight of Pentacles reversed. It would be a lot of work. And I'm not saying that she doesn't like you enough to put the work in. It's more, she likes you a whole lot, but she's not, she hates the idea of a long distance relationship. She really does. I totally understand her on that point. It's so interesting because I was dating a guy in New York, I think I told you, about a year ago or so, and we liked each other, and we still talk to each other, and we both still like each other, but it's so hard, like, and like, I would go visit him, and then, like, he wouldn't visit me as much, and it was like, you know, and I didn't want to against him because he works way more than I do, but it's like work is a factor, work and time is a factor. I don't know what she does for a living, but I don't know if she works a lot, but, you know, working is a factor, money is a factor, time is a factor. It's all very, very difficult. But like I told you, she does have very strong affections for you with this King of Cups, and she doesn't want to manipulate you. She doesn't want to do you wrong. And I think, yeah, I think part of this is she fears that if she were to communicate with you, that it would be very, very frustrating and it might end in tears with this Ten of Swords. It's just so freaking difficult. And I know I've seen long distance. Have I seen long distance relations? I'll be honest. Just from my perspective as a 39-year-old woman, the only long distance relationships that I've seen work are relationships that were already established. And like, for example, my brother is engaged. Congratulations to my brother, by the way. And he's been with his betrothed for like 7 years now. They've been living together in Turkey, but he had to take a job in Ukraine, in Kiev. He's fine, he's safe, he's good, but he had to take a job there. So now they're long distance for about a year, and then the wedding, or I think like 6 months, and then the wedding's next year. Yeah. So and I fully believe that they're gonna do fine and they're gonna get married. It's gonna be great. But they've established that 7 years, together, and that's the only time I've seen long distance work is when it's something that's already been established. Trying to establish something long distance from the start is impossible. I'm gonna be honest. I've never seen it work. I'm sure it has in the history of humans. I'm sure it has worked at some point. But it takes a lot of resources and a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of effort. Love is effort, but at the same time, long distance just adds to that. It makes it very, very frustrating for both of you. But no, she's definitely got feelings for you. That I can't deny. She wouldn't be frustrated if she didn't have feelings for you, So it's up in the air. It's up in the air. I mean, I don't know if you've tried calling her, but I'm sure she'd answer. I'm sure she'd answer if you called. I think it's more she's scared of maybe you have fears of initiating things too. But I don't think there would be much harm in trying to call her. I'm pretty sure she would answer and would definitely like to hear from you. But those things can be kind of, just like, what you're going through. You don't really know which move to make, and I understand that. But yeah, the affection's definitely there. I would try calling her. I don't know. You really want to talk to her, and I know she wants to talk to you. Yeah. It's tough. It's tough. I understand. I've been where you've been, and I totally understand where you're coming from. Well, thank you so much, Anna. I really appreciate you, love, and yeah, you deserve the very, very best, and I know you'll find her. She's definitely out there, and hopefully things will work with you and Anna. Thank you so much, love. All right, I will be right back, and then when we are back, we're going to read for Miss Debbie. Let me just put this here. Oop. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay. All right, Miss Debbie. Miss Debbie, thank you so much, love, for your donation. Were you interested in a 10 card reading, or did you want 2 5-card readings? Hi, Divine Lovely, welcome. I'm doing well, thank you for asking. What does my spirit guides want me to know, or what I need to work on? Plus, I have an off-topic question. Okay, so 2 questions then? Oh, you want a 10 card reading? Okay, so did you want me to ask? what your spirit guides want you to work on? Because that's 2 questions. We could make it 2 questions if you want. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Divine Lovely. Yeah, we can make it a 2 5s if you want. God, this dress makes me look so fat. I swear it doesn't. It's actually really nice. It's a really long dress. Okay, take 3. You mean, so you want to do 2 questions, Debbie? There's my spirit guides. And then, because you said you had an off-topic question too. Hi, Dylan. Thank you for joining. This is a tarot reading stream. 2 questions? Okay, you got it, love. So first we will ask spirit questions. Okay, yeah. You got it. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Debbie with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Debbie with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Debbie with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Debbie with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Debbie with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Debbie with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Debbie with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Debbie with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Debbie with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Debbie with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Sorry, and just give me one second here. I'll be right back. 1 sec. Okay, Miss Debbie. Thank you so much for your donation. Thank you, Divine Lovely. I can ask you my question when there's a break between donations. We just received a donation from Wendy. Thank you so much, Wendy, for your donation. Let me go ahead and add you. Hi, Wendy. Thank you so much. All right, Miss Debbie, we have the Magician reversed, Queen of Swords, 8 of Cups reversed, Knight of Swords reversed. That keeps popping up. And Knight of Swords is my card for today. And 3 of Cups reversed. Okay. So, yeah, I simply asked what messages, Spirit, what messages does Debbie need to hear at this time? And you asked, what do I need to work on? And they answered, that's the answer here. They're saying that you're not, well, you said that you're going through orthopedic issues right now, but with this Magician reversed, either you don't feel like your best self, or like you're not using all of your resources, and magic essentially. But if you're dealing with pain issues, I mean, I'm not disagreeing with Spirit, but I am gonna say, like, to understand she's going through some pain issues. I want a little bit of clarity too, on this Magician reverse. Yeah. It's also about, and seeing this Eight of Cups reversed as well with this Magician reverse. It's also about, I don't think they're talking about you not using your full potential, honey. Because I was going to say that would be very, very harsh of your spirit guides, and spirit guides are very respectful of our corporeal bodies, because they had one at one point, and they know how difficult it is to have one. But they're saying that there's certain chances, or certain opportunities that you're not willing to take, or you haven't taken, out of possibly fear or stagnation, especially with this Eight of Cups reverse. This is really an inability, because you want to move. Eight of Cups is about moving. The Chariot, Eight of Cups, the World, those are movement cards. Those are, I'm moving, I'm getting out. We got this reversed. I know you want to move, and I know it requires a whole lot, and it requires, you and your husband to be on board with things. But they can tell, they know that you want to leave. And there's no forward motion here. Knight of Swords reversed. He's on his horse. He gets things done. He makes it happen. When it's reversed, no. And the Knight of Swords is also the fastest of all the knights. Think of Geminis. Knight of Swords is the Gemini court card. They talk fast, they act fast, they walk fast. I've never met a Gemini that was slow in any way. But this, and we're not talking about Geminis here. We're just talking about the Knight of Swords reversed. Knight of Swords reversed is, not moving forward, not moving forward. Very true. We are not on the same page with moving. Yeah. He's wanting to stay, and you want to leave. Yeah. I understand. And I see this came up in a reading I did for you not too long ago, the Three of Cups reversed. This is indicative of either family squabbles. I want to get some clarity. I do believe this is about family, not squabbles or like arguments, but disharmony, disagreements, not seeing things on the, not being on the same page about certain things. Yeah, and it's also significant of, or indicative of, also indicative of, not, I don't know how, if you're feeling isolated at all right now, or if you're missing certain family members, like your kids or anything, if you haven't seen them in a little while. But Three of Cups reversed is usually indicative of not, like, because Three of Cups upright is celebration, spending time with other people, spending time with our family, our friends, our loved ones. And when it's in its reversed form, in this situation, there is a spirit is saying that there is a possibly energy of isolation. Maybe you haven't seen certain family members for a while that you would like to see. And Spirit is also saying, that you should, if you want to, even if you are, busy and and you've got orthopedic issues that you're dealing with right now too. If there are family members or friends that you would like to see, Spirit would really like to see you spend time with them. And then we have this Queen of Swords here. This is definitely you. The Queen of Swords speaks her mind. I can tell you that I have isolated myself. Okay, I hear you. Yeah. It's, and Spirit, like, girl, get out of it. Get out of hermit mode. It's not good. I've definitely done it to myself many a time. I call it going into hermit. Sometimes we need to do it. but only for, only for a certain amount of time. Only for so long, because if we, if we don't spend time with loved ones, if we do isolate ourselves too much, it can really have a negative effect on our psyche and our well-being and our productivity, and our focus. This Queen of Swords, as I mentioned, is you. You call it the rabbit hole. Interesting. Yeah. The rabbit hole for me is going on YouTube at 3 in the morning and just finding all the weird stuff that I'm telling you. You go on YouTube at like 2, 3, 4 in the morning, you will see the weirdest stuff. That's when they throw just the most random weird things into your algorithm. It's very interesting if you're ever a night owl like I am, but yeah, that's what I call my rabbit hole. That's mine. But yeah, this Queen of Swords is spirit saying, speak your mind. Speak your mind. And I know your husband doesn't open up, so that can be very difficult to just speak your mind and say, hey, we need to get this done. I'm not satisfied with this. We need to get that done. We need to change this. We need to alter this. I know that's easier said than done, but you do have a lot of sway and a lot of power. You have much more sway and power than you think that you do. No shit, I am up that late. Really, yeah. You. I don't know if you ever have gone down that YouTube rabbit hole, but it's fun. It's fun. I find some weird stuff. My favorites are like old training videos for like fast food places and stuff, like the 80s, and they're the funniest. Or like Blockbuster Video, or just like random places, like like employee training video, like VHSs that they have. They're all online. They're so funny. And like old like public service, like public service TV. Oh my god, you can find some good stuff, girl. Check out Unwind. Girl, check this out. This was on Cisco, Bay Area, public access television in the early 90s. So I was a kid, so I never saw it, but it has kind of a cult following now. And tell me if you like it. It's everyone's cup of tea, but I think it's hilarious and weird and just like very funny, very kitschy, very strange. And they've been uploading they came back, I guess. I think the husband passed away, but she's still around, and she's been uploading, or last year she uploaded a bunch of their old, it would be on like every Friday night. Yeah, that's a good one. They should have, or maybe it was LA. They might have been in LA, actually. For some reason I thought they were in San Francisco. Yeah, they were in LA. They were in LA. Very, very funny stuff. And what is your question that you would like to ask Miss Debbie? And if you are watching this live stream, please remember to click the like button. It really, really helps me out. Should I start reading cards? Girl, you know I love that question. Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides, should Debbie start reading tarot? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides, should Debbie start reading tarot cards? Do you have any knowledge besides getting readings? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides, should Debbie start reading tarot cards? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides, should Debbie start reading tarot cards? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides, should Debbie start reading tarot cards? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides, should Debbie start reading tarot cards? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides, should Debbie start reading tarot cards? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides, should Debbie start reading tarot cards? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides, should Debbie start reading tarot cards? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides, should Debbie start reading tarot cards? Hi, Divine Lovely. Debbie has one more question, and then you will be next. Thank you so much. Okay. As you know, I have a gift, but I'm packing... Sorry, it disappears on my thing. As you know, I have a gift, but I am picking things up in the cards you draw. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely a gift. I've definitely felt that. Five of Pentacles, Four of Cups, Page of Cups reversed, Six of Pentacles reversed, and Ten of Swords. Wow. I was convinced that Spirit was going to say yes. Hell yes, girl. This is a no. This is a no for me. But here's the tea. Here's the tea. It's a no right now. What I'm getting is they don't want right now is not a good time to start. And I don't know if you were planning on starting like a channel or something like that, or if you were just wanting to start to read the cards. If you wanted to start a channel right now, that might be what they're discouraging. But what I'm seeing here is knowledge needs to be attained with this Five of Pentacles reversed. More knowledge needs to be attained. No, just to learn. Okay, okay. So, okay, well, perfect. That's what Spirit is saying is, yeah, there's a lot to learn. I'll tell you this, girl. So I've been reading tarot cards since I was very young, since I was about 13. And then I gave it a little break because there's 78 cards in the deck, you know, and it was very overwhelming, and I didn't really know how to teach myself exactly. And the way, but I figured it out. Like, they're cards, like flashcards. So I spent 78 days learning each card intimately, like it was my own friend, like know everything about it. Um, I went longer than 7. This was like this was like in when I was in my 20s. I was like, I'm going to know it intimately, like, and I do it now. Like when I'm talking to people, I'll be like, oh, that is so Six of Swords. That's such a Six of Swords moment. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's kind of how I talk. And yeah, it's almost like individuals that I know. And so, you know, these are cards. You know, a card and study it. Definitely get some good books. I'm happy to recommend some great books for you, but I will say some of the best that I've read from are actually just the books that come with the tarot cards. Um, you also know I'm a Jewish Kabbalic reader. Um, I don't know if that's something you're interested in, but it's definitely a big part of tarot. Um, you know, regardless of what our beliefs are, the tarot was created with the Kabbalah in mind. And there are some theories that the tarot was created by the Jews and like I want to say like 600, like way back in the day, but that's just a theory. But anyway, we got this Four of Cups here. Yeah, there's something that's lacking. There's something that's lacking. That's knowledge. And I hate saying that. I hate saying that, but it's true. There's a lot to learn with tarot cards because yes, they have all their meanings, but they have their meanings. You know, Five of Pentacles means something different when we're talking about finance. Five of Pentacles means something different when we're talking about romance. It means something different when we're talking about, I don't know, reading tarot cards, you know. Yes, yeah, you're as David Bowie said, spirit or religion. Wait, what did he say? Real quick. I'm gonna find this quote real quick. Here we go. Religion is for people who fear hell. Spirituality is for people who have been there. Oddly, I don't know why I turned to religion. I've been to hell and back, and I'm a very spiritual person, but so I never thought that would happen. But I start my conversion next week. Oh, that's why. Oh, that's why. Okay, because you were raised Catholic. My parents were raised Catholic too, and they specifically raised my brother and I not atheist, spiritual, very spiritual, but they wouldn't let us, like, if my little friends were all Presbyterian. I had a couple of Jewish friends. I wasn't invited. I wasn't allowed to go to seders. I wasn't allowed to go to church. I wasn't allowed to go to anything that was religious. Um, I wasn't allowed. I went to church once. I convinced my parents once, and it was weird. It was weird. It was very like indoctrinating. But my parents said you can choose. You have the right to choose your religion, and now they've got a Jewish daughter and a possibly Islamic sun. So we're a very, we celebrate Chris Ramadan every year. But yeah, they were raised Catholic, so I get it. Page of Cups reversed, Six of Pentacles reversed. More knowledge that's going to pop into your life. Not pop into your life, but with studying, of course. Yeah, and with the Six of Pentacles reversed. Hi, Landon, welcome. With the Six of Pentacles reversed, yeah, there's definitely more that needs to be acquired in terms of knowledge is what I'm seeing here. I do want some real quick clarity on this Ten of Swords. Yeah, it's gonna be a journey. It's going to be a journey, Debbie. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. I agree with you, Debbie. And you should get a private reading from me one of these days, girl. And I know you wanted one. We should definitely schedule that. And that would be excellent. And we can just talk one-on-one about everything. But what I was going to say about that Ten of Swords is it's a journey, and sometimes it can be frustrating. Sometimes you're gonna be like, I just cannot read these cards. Like I had been there in the past. I'd be like, I know what the cards mean, but I don't know how to like I don't know how to read a narrative here, you know. So that was very frustrating for me. And then I figured it out. You have to keep on pushing, keep on turning the wheel. Okay, don't let things get you down if you're not if you're having difficulties, and give me a call, give me a ring, reach out to me, and I'd love to be your tarot mentor. I'm actually starting a tarot course. Someone, my ex-boyfriend, asked me to teach him about tarot, and I was like, sure, I am developing a course if you want to be a part of it. So if yeah, just putting that out there. I'm developing a tarot reading course if anyone is interested, and it is 222. Yeah, 222. And it's a month long, and it's pretty intensive, but yeah, I've been working on it for a little while. Just putting that out there, y'all. What is this? Is there something on my shirt? Yes, there is. Okay. Thank you so much, Miss Debbie. Thank you, love. I'm excited for you to start this journey. And yeah, you're gonna do great, love. You're gonna do great. You're so smart. You've already got like you said, you've already got a gift. So you got this, love. Thank you, Miss Divine Lovely. Thank you so much for your donation, sweetheart. I appreciate you. Please go ahead and post your question right there in the chat. Thank you. Divine Lovely. Divine Lovely, please come to the chat. It is your turn, sweetheart. Thank you, Divine Lovely. Or Miss Nicole. I question if my psychic abilities is making me just know what the cards mean. What do you mean by that? Like you because I've heard some readers say that too, like they just intuitively know what the cards mean. And I think there's something to that, but I do have really strong reverence for the actual meanings of the cards, the true meanings. But I will say, you know, your connection is unique to you and you alone. My connection with spirit is very unique as well. And it's very literal, as one fellow tarot reader refers to me as. I am a tarot card reading assassin. But there are a couple of cards. I'd say maybe there's five or 10 cards that spirit knows that I see slightly differently. Like they have certain messages that they give me. Hi, Divine Lovely. Thank you so much for being here, sweetheart. Sorry, I think you mentioned you're in the hospital. Why did Nurse Ariana go over the charge nurse to call the nurse manager? Sorry, one sec. Call the nurse manager on me who said they would call children's services on me if I didn't get someone to pick them up within an hour. Call the nurse manager on me who said they would call children's services on me if they didn't get to pick them up within an hour. By them, do you mean your children? Hi, Ro, welcome. I had an emergency C-section today and baby went to oh my god, and I see you. I explained to them babysitter couldn't keep them overnight, but nurse went overnight anyway. Okay, let's see. Why did Nurse Ariana put this here? Why did Nurse Ariana go over the charge nurse? Why did Nurse I need to shorten this. Why did Nurse Ariana call the nurse manager on Nicole? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Why did Nurse Ariana call the nurse manager on Nicole? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Why did Nurse Ariana call the nurse manager on Nicole? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. My family and dad in another state right now. They rushed me to surgery. Thank you. Oh my God. God bless you. My gosh. I'm so glad you're okay. That's really, really scary, sweetheart. And baby's okay. Baby's okay. Angels, I didn't even know you were pregnant, honey. Congratulations. That's amazing. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Why did Nurse Ariana go over the, what was it, the charge nurse on because of Nicole? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Why did Nurse Ariana go over or call the nurse manager on Nicole? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Why did Nurse Ariana call the nurse manager on Nicole? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Why did Nurse Ariana call the nurse manager on Nicole? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Why did Nurse Ariana call the nurse manager on Nicole? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Why did Nurse Ariana call the nurse manager on Nicole? Nurse Ariana. And Nicole, what's your sign again, babe? The Empress. The Magician reversed. Gemini, okay. Queen of Pentacles reversed. King of Cups. And the Star. Yes, sending you and the baby lots of healing and prayers, absolutely. Okay, so first off, we got the two mama cards. All the queens are mama cards, but the Empress is the Queen of Queens. She's definitely mother. Like, I don't know if you watched RuPaul's Drag Race, like RuPaul's like Call Me Mother. This is RuPaul's Drag Race Volume 2 cards. The Volume 1 Empress is RuPaul. It's mother. She's the mother of mothers. The Queen of Pentacles, which we have upright, is the fertile queen. She usually has a rabbit next to her. She's in a lot of tarot decks that I have, she's actually depicted as a pregnant woman. But it's definitely like the most maternal of the four queen cards, and we have it reversed. My answer to why is she is not understanding. You mentioned that you're in the hospital and your parents are in another state. The babysitter wasn't able to, what you gave me your explanation. It made perfect sense. Explained that the babysitter couldn't keep them overnight, but nurse went overnight anyway. So you have other kids? Is that what's going? She wanted, so your kids needed to be watched, but the babysitter couldn't stay overnight, so the nurse went instead and to call Child Protective Services on you because you're in the hospital. Yeah, She definitely has a strong sense of authority. Um, I had 3 here. Okay. Okay. Your kids were at the hospital with you? Is that what you're saying? You know, we praise and no tea, no shade to anyone who's watching who does work in the medical industry. Thank you very much for your service. But I will also say I have had experience, not just personal experiences in hospitals with nurses and doctors who clearly just didn't want to be there and didn't have a calling, but I have clients too who have told me, like, I really don't like being a nurse. I really thought this was a calling for me and now I'm stuck and I don't like it. Well, how are you supposed to be compassionate and caring towards people? You know, to me, this feels like she had the babysitter just dropped them off and they were quiet. Yeah, yeah. No, that's fine. You're taking care of your kids. That's fine. That's not grounds to call CPS. It's just not. If they were at home alone, I don't know how old they are, but you know but you didn't do that. They were with you. Um, yeah, no, she felt that you weren't doing everything that you needed to do as a mother. And who is she to judge that? Who is she? I mean, she's a nurse, I guess, but you just had an emergency C-section. Why is she not understanding? I was just going to mention that, Debbie. Debbie, you cut me to the chase. I was going to say also, this woman is on a power trip. She's on a power trip. It's not so much that she doesn't like being a nurse. I'm not getting that. It's more, there is some bitterness for sure. Energy. I started crying, saying she's being, yeah, absolutely, absolutely, she was being judgmental. And I kept on, girl, that's funny because I kept on seeing the judgment card every time when I was shuffling for you just now. I kept on seeing judgment. It didn't come out here, but that's a bonus card for you, girl. Yeah, she was being judgmental, as being hella judgmental. Not right, not right. And she thought she was doing the right thing with this King of Cups and the star. Um, she was asking how long I've been living here, why I don't have a support system. That's none of her business, frankly. That's really none of her business. You can live wherever you want to live. So long as you're taking care of your children, which you are, none of her business. Like, that's not a question that a nurse needs to ask. No, go for it, Debbie. You're all good. No, it's just funny that you beat me at the chase. That's exactly what I was going to say with King of Cups. She thinks she's doing right. She thinks she's doing right. She's not trying to manipulate you. She's really not. She's being judgmental as hell, but she really thinks that she's doing the right thing and she's not. I asked charge nurse to change my nurse. This is my 5th C-section, and doctor had a hard time getting through scar tissues. Oh, geez, yeah, yeah. So she's, girl, you're not gonna get in trouble. You're fine. Focus on your healing right now. Focus on your baby's healing right now, and your children, of course. You know you are. But this is what I'm talking about. It's like, where's the compassion? Where's the compassion there? You just had an emergency C-section. Like, I always joke if I ever have kids, like, I am going to request a C-section because it seems like it would be less painful than actually giving natural birth, but I've heard the opposite. Oh no, emergency, no, that's the emergency C-sections. I have a friend who's a doctor who was, hi, Teresa, who was telling me that his ex-wife their first child needed an emergency C-section, and the only anesthetic that they can use is ketamine. And she freaked out. It didn't help with the pain at all. They just, you know what they do. And the ketamine didn't help. She was in so much pain. She was seeing things. She was like, she's hell of sweet and Canadian. She passed away. Rest in peace, Janie. But she like never swore or anything. She was blurting out all these expletives, like not at the doctor or anything like that. Who was a friend of theirs too, was a colleague of my friend. So he was like under pressure too, like trying to do the best job, you know, in this emergency. But yeah, no, I just learned not too long ago what an emergency C-section is, and it's not pleasant. I don't know what anesthetic they used on you. I hope it worked.
whatever it was. And I truly hope that you're getting the rest that you need, and the care that you need, and the compassion that you need, and the lack of judgment. Like I said, I kept on seeing the judgment card when I was shuffling, and that's what I hate. Is this? I was in the hospital not too long ago. Lack of compassion was huge, was massive there. It felt, I felt so small. I felt so disrespected, then judged big time. Exactly. Debbie Powers, I'm going to call corporate compliance on her. Thank you. Sorry to type so much. I'm on meds and still in bed. No, good. It's a good thing that you're on meds, girl. You need them. You need them. Get out of that pain. You've just been through a lot. Yeah, just focus on healing. Don't apologize for typing too much. I like reading the context. It helps me. No, you're just, yeah, definitely report her. Definitely report her. She's got no compassion. And you need that. You need that, and she needs to provide that. So, thank you so much, girl. Much love and light to you, much healing to you, prayers to you and your child. I don't know if it's a boy or a girl, but congratulations. Um, yeah, I'm sure they're in very good hands. Thank you very much, love. All right. Miss Wendy. Wendy, thank you so much for your donation. Resonates, no compassion, judgment. I just had a boy. You had a boy. Oh, congrats, congrats, girl. Congrats. It's lovely. Hey, Sophie. Yesterday I had to reach out to Samuel for status updates. It was the first contact in 2 months. How did he feel about hearing from me? Okay, let's see. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, how did Samuel feel about hearing from Wendy? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, how did Samuel feel about hearing from Wendy? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, how did Samuel feel about hearing from Wendy? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, how did Samuel feel about hearing from Wendy? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, how did Samuel feel about hearing from Wendy? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, how did Samuel feel about hearing from Wendy? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, how did Samuel Ancient Guides, how did Samuel feel about hearing from Wendy? Okie dokie, we have Nine of Swords, Page of Swords, the High Priestess, Knight of Pentacles reversed, and Five of Pentacles. Checks out to me. Start here. He was really, really anxious. Nine of Swords is my least favorite card in the deck. It's anxiety, pure and simple. It's anxiety, fears, insomnia. Not fun. But also too bad. You know, like, I mean, I feel for anyone who deals with anxiety because I deal with it, but he brought this on himself, you know. But he was scared. He was really nervous. I don't know if he sounded nervous on the phone, but he was. He was really nervous to talk to you after such a long time. He wanted to. I don't know. I feel like this was purely a work conversation. Because with this Knight of Pentacles reversed, it was like he didn't want to talk about. He didn't want to get into that. He wanted to find out more about what's going on in your life with this Page of Swords, but I bet he didn't ask. But he wanted to know. He tried to make small talk, but I didn't reciprocate. I just spoke about that's exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, he was trying. So, what's going on with you? Page of Swords is the spy. Page of Swords wants to know what's going on in your life. Just being I don't want to say he's just being nosy. He likes you. We know this. He still likes you. But he isn't doing anything about it. But yeah, he was trying to make small talk, and it was all work, and he liked that. He didn't like that. He feels lonely. It's like amplified his feelings of missing you, of loneliness. He's certainly not dating anyone right now. Big surprise. Not like he's not viable guy, but in his actions and behavior, like it just sounds like he doesn't know what he's doing. But it